Hello everybody, welcome to this new video. Today we are talking about something really basic, something you've probably heard more than enough already, and there's a special reason why I actually want to talk about it, because we've heard about it more than enough. With we, I mean photographers like me, like maybe you, I don't know, but somebody who's watching this channel is probably photography and filmmaking interested, and so that's why I thought I might revise the rule of thirds. You're probably rolling your eyes right now thinking, why the rule of thirds? That's like so basic, everybody knows that, and nobody watches a YouTube tutorial to understand the rule of thirds, like that's super basic. The thing is, it is really basic, but I've noticed with myself as well that sometimes you just tend to forget it. Sometimes it's so basic you actually almost forget it and break it by mistake, even though of course breaking the rules often exactly is the art of photography, but often you should still kind of follow the rules, because you might end up making or taking crap photos then. But anyway, also last week I was on a sunrise shoot and I got some footage there. Just I don't really know how to present it because it's not very interesting footage, and I didn't really vlog that much then. So I thought, why not connect that video with this video, and I'll flash back to that morning when I woke up at 4:30 to be in town at 5 o'clock and meet Melly and Lena there, so that we can get some good sunrise portraits and other stuff like that, urban photography. I got a lot of sneaker photos actually, and a lot of them I actually applied the rule of thirds very well, and so I thought, why not revise the rule of thirds, just so that we revise it together as well as that I can show you the footage from that other day, because I don't know how to show it. But anyway, as I said, let's flash back to that other day. So, before we move on with more B-roll of that morning, as you saw, I wasn't really concentrating on the video. The videos you saw until now are pretty much garbage. But yeah, as I said, and that's the reason why I wanted to connect this with this subject, the rule of thirds. So I thought I'd interrupt the B-roll just now so that I can quickly explain, or actually revise for you, what the rule of thirds are, because as I said, I suppose that most of you already know what the rule of thirds is. But if we have a look at this photo right here, you can see the foot, or the shoe actually, which is actually the focus of the photo, is not like spot on in the middle, it's moved slightly to the right. That is because I tried to have it on the third of the photo, on the right third, because that is pretty much the sweet spot. That is, it's always better to have things on thirds. So also if you have a horizon of a landscape, you'll try to have the landscape either 2/3 sky, 1/3 the landscape, or the other way around, 2/3 the landscape and 1/3 is the sky. And the same is what I tried with the sneaker photo right here, is that I have the sneaker on the right side on the third, but also something you need to know is that the lines that make the third, they go here horizontally, but they also go vertically, exactly at the thirds of the photo. So where those two lines meet, let's say this line and this line meet right here, that is where I tried to put the sneaker. It's not spot on right there on the sweet point, but still it's more or less there. That usually creates quite pleasing compositions. That's like a rule of thumb that you can actually use for your photography and for your composition. That is, just use the rule of thirds if you don't know where to place something, and it'll usually look rather good. So now let's move on with some more B-roll from that morning, and I'll soon show you a photo where I broke the rule of thirds and I explained to you why exactly you'd want to do that and how it can affect your photo. So next interruption, and as I said, we were just out shooting, having a good time and catching some good golden light. And that photo I just showed you right now, as you saw, actually I did not apply the rule of thirds on that. In this case I had her right in the middle, and as I said, I wanted to explain to you why you'd want to break the rule of thirds, because the rule of thirds is pretty much the most basic photography rule you have, and so why would you break it? And the thing is, even if you have rules, the thing is, you need to follow your gut. So if you're just your artistic feeling or just whatever it is, some subconscious feeling will tell you it looks better if it's like this. So if I had Melly on the right side or on the left side, I just didn't have quite the right feeling looking at that. I thought in the middle would be best. So I placed her in the middle, and I think the photo is totally fine. I think the in the middle composition totally works, and it's absolutely no problem. I even think that this actually looks better than it would have looked if I had her on the right or on the left, on the third. So that these are just situations in which I just want to encourage you to not always follow the rule of thirds, even though, as I said, I'm revising it right now so that you don't forget it. But in case you want to break it, that's the right moment when your gut is just telling you, nah, this just doesn't quite feel right, it's going to be better if she's in the middle or he's in the middle, or the tree or whatever you're photographing, the subject is in the middle. Or even just somewhere completely different, I don't know. Usually if it's not on the third, it's in the middle, but maybe you'll find something completely different. If you have any funny experiences with interesting compositions which are neither in the middle or on the third, which totally worked, write it in the comments. I'd be very interested to read your experiences. But anyway, as I said, don't forget to actually remember the rule of thirds, but also when your gut says so, just break it. And I'd say let's move on with footage. So guys, I don't know if you can see right there, but Luna's always looking for those reflections that were right there. She's... And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, I wasn't really concentrating on the video, I was concentrating on the photography. So I hope you enjoyed at least the little B-roll I actually had from that morning, and I hope you enjoyed revising the rule of thirds with me, because I suppose you probably knew already everything I told you, but I hope it was alright for you to revise it, and also to listen to my opinion when you can actually break it, because I hope this inspires you for your photography or filmmaking or whatever else you'd actually be using the rule of thirds for. But yeah, if you found any valuable information in this video, don't forget to leave a like. And also, if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.